some VIXX! Ah! So the very first VIXX song that we'll be watching is kind of a fan thank you song. So they put out the trilogy, if you remember that, all in 2016, and this was their final, you know, quick music video, quick song saying, you know, thanks for supporting us throughout this whole year. And fun facts, I think you guys know that fans of VIXX are called Starlights.
Okay.
Oh, so they called it Milky Way because it's like milky because of the lights of so many stars.
That's so sweet.
That's so cute.
3, 2, 1, blast off into the Milky Way. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
blast it off.
Digging the synthesizers, especially like that bass line.
I like the sound of the snaps with the heavy synth.
I feel like I'm about to listen to a rap record or something. Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Okay, his voice is sex appeal.
Interesting harmonic choices at the beginning. Love it stepping out. Whoa. What's that little thing at the end of each verse?
They go to major 3 instead of 5 to go back to 1. That's weird as fuck.
It's a little bit weird, but cool.
Like the way of singing is like kind of breathy, so it makes it like
absolutely.
seem further away, like more dreamy.
Airy, yeah, dreamy way.
Airy, yeah. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. There's a good chord.
I can't identify it though.
I thought that was going somewhere else for a second. I had like that thing in the background, like, and then it just stopped. That was nice.
I'm really digging the electric bass line.
Yeah.
How would you describe this musical style?
Ooh, there was a little picardy. Yeah.
Oh,
The sound of something really interesting.
not quite funk.
This is like, I think like the harmonic structure is kind of funky.
Maybe fusion pop. It's like more poppy than funk, but yeah, I do see like the funk undertones. And also when in doubt, when you don't know what music is called, it sounds like two things you just call fusion.
That's Robbie. There he is. Good. Look at him dancing. Like that background. Oh! My boy Robbie with the voice. The Robbie with the voice. The background synths are just like really good and like fresh and like current. Like it's just so like sounds like Western pop music.
Oh, that was really smooth. This is some remote show. So I really like that.
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? Parallel fifths or parallel thirds? Or just parallel?
It's both. It's got both fits and out.
The guy in the V-neck sweater is a really good singer. Yeah, him.
Oh, nice. That's N. That's the leader.
Nice. He has a really interesting vocal quality.
It's pretty poppy, but it's like, it's just good enough. It doesn't break like the corny, cheesy, for me at least, but it sounds really cool.
See, like musically, I don't find this like too interesting, but what I think is the best is like the live element to it. Because it's like something just like really personal and like dedicated to their fans. And it feels more like a gift than a song. And I really like that.
Whoa, what an ending. There was like a little dissonance in the chord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cute. That was just cute to watch. The music video was so good.
Yeah, so musically, what do you think of that song overall?
Oh, voices. Oh, their voices are so good.
I love their voices. I don't think anything really happened super interestingly, like in terms of like music theory. But like it was, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot.
It was a really strong pop song. A lot of like elements that are popular now were just used in that. Like all the extra synth
Like the
noises. The bass line the whole time, just like the rolling like background sounds. And then the like nice pause before like the final like chorus or whatever it was. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
And like it fulfilled its purpose very well.
Yeah, it was a good melody for that. Good song.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too anything actually.
Yeah, it was very,
good.
very neutral and very cute.
The music itself was pretty, like David said, was pretty generic. I mean, it was like, the bass line was really cool. It was very involved, whereas a lot of bass lines like, It was just like boom.
Yeah. And I think sometimes, maybe even some stuff by them we listened to, I thought that the bass line was really intricate, but then it was like too complicated. This was more like an established just groove. Yeah. And so it was very like technically like interesting, but it stayed pretty much the same. So it wasn't boring because it was technically interesting, but it also wasn't too much because they were just going crazy the whole time. So it was a good balance. Maybe a little too balanced. That's why I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It was just a nice little song.
I'll say something and you can do the chords.
Okay.
So like, earlier you said this song was like musically uninteresting. Personally, I have to agree and disagree.
Me too.
I agree that it is very static, but it's the same thing over and over again. However, like the mixture of the interesting chordal shit that happens in this makes it so re-listenable.
All right.
Okay, do the thing.
So I'm gonna use a generic example of a pop song. You know, like Dynamite. Right? It gives you the root chord or tonic on the third. So you know it's a 4-chord progression. It gives you the tonic here. In this song, the first 3 chords suggest it's in G minor. So the first 3 chords are and then. And so you expect it to go here, right? Like in an American song would go D. But here's the kicker. More than half the times, like first of all, by putting the tonic chord last, it's hard to give you an expectation. But then by putting the tonic in like the parallel major most of the time, that's what makes this song really musically interesting. Because it's like, and then it goes back to like an E flat chord.
So the next song that we're about to react to is their 2017 comeback. Davis has seen it live at KCON. Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah, I think it was fun.
Do you remember?
The very first night of September.
Afterwards we can compare like live versus...
I remember. That was a long night.
So Shangri La concept is East Asian vibes, Chinese birthstone. You'll see them with traditional Korean hanboks, robes on, and then they have the fans. And then also in the music you'll hear some traditional Korean instruments.
Where they have the fans, like the fans, or like the
They're literally holding.
Like the fans.
They're literally
They
holding.
dance with
Yeah, they're holding fans like humans to fans.
Okay, let's do it. Ready?
2, 1.
Wow.
This is chill.
I like it.
Yeah, dude. Such a good intro. Like you're just like, oh wait a minute.
Ooh, I like
The snaps are not together.
Yep.
Do you hear? It's like 3 or 4 snaps.
Yep. Yeah.
I just feel like my clothes being taken off like right now.
There it is.
I feel the beat just like
Undressing you.
yeah.
I really like how the groove gets really rhythmically active in certain parts, but there's still that like snapping. Yeah, I mean except for right here.
Oh, here we go. Get hype.
Suck the
Get
vibe.
hype.
Oh!
What a dance!
It's in the silence. I'm telling you, the music is in the silence.
It really is though.
I like the parallelism between the timbre of the full synth sound at the beginning, like the when it
with
comes, and then
It's
now
really
it's
poppy.
just now
Yeah, the attack is very
immediate instead of
See, okay.
Oh, that was a big cadential 6/4 there. I heard that.
I like the traditional references and flavors.
Yeah.
It really adds to it, actually. This sounds like the stuff that's on top 40s recently.
Yeah. But then like with a little bit of the pentatonic scale on the back and
Whoa! Ooh, baby, daddy, mommy.
Oh, this guy's voice is nice and deep. Yeah, nice and rich.
He has a good voice for rapping.
he sounds like he's pushing.
Yeah, it sounds a little strainy.
They kind of juxtaposed the traditional percussion instrument with the synth just now.
Yeah, do you hear that like hammered dulcimer kind of thing?
Yeah. Oh, that chord. Oh.
half diminished.
Everything's like so chic and like refined, and the music's like also kind of fits that vibe. Like the music video and the song go really well together.
They used absence of sound so well. Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting that.
Got a freaking deer in there.
Yeah. Oh dear, what could be coming up?
Oh, I love it when it gets really like thin.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite parts.
Oh yeah, Vogue. Oh.
Whoa. Whoa, dude, that drop.
Yeah.
At the end of the bridge.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The good kind of like not entirely even breakdown right there, like made the coming back of the next chorus like even better.
There's a lot of applied chords in all of these. Makes it snazzy sounding.
Yeah, because it's very jazz, R&B inspired.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Hit them with that unresolvedness.
No, and then the last chord of the progression, which doesn't, it's the dominant of the first chord. So it's like unresolved. It's totally unresolved. It's like sinfully unresolved.
Wait.
Okay, yeah, what do you think about this song
This
overall?
was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I really, really liked the texture that they did. They were not afraid at all from having super, super exposed parts, and I really liked it.
It was like exposed, which made it chill, but it was still like epic somehow, just like musically.
Yeah, the beat never really fully disappeared. It would sometimes change, but it kind of kept it going, so I think that made the exposed part that much more successful.
And I really like the instrumentation percussion-wise. It's like that soft stuff, like here instead of like.
I really love how they used pauses, because sometimes groups like use pauses too much and they just like, then it just becomes too predictable. But like they inserted them in such good places, and like it catches people off guard sometimes to hear silence in music like that, because they think it's all just like, you know, the beat's going and it's going and like we're grooving and stuff, but then all of a sudden it's like, and then it comes back in.
In pieces like repertoire that classical musicians play that are unaccompanied, there's like a kind of like art with knowing like when the silence should be.
Yeah.
And then you come back in and it's just like.
This was accompanied though.
Yeah, so I mean, like you'd hear like the bass from like 1 and then like the snaps on the 2 and 4 and stuff like that, but sometimes you'd hear like an electronic drum set behind right before they go to the chorus or something like that, do sort of like a break beat. So it's like they're doing halftime but also implying double time. I know that sounded like super geeky, but no, it was a really, really cool effect.
It's okay, man.
Yeah.
I love the sounds they chose for the synths. It creates just this really intimate, sexy environment. You're just like,
I really liked the traditional like influences. I wish there would have been more actually. At the beginning, it was a lot more present, but I was kind of missing it towards the end. But it was still a really, really cool beat.
So, I appreciate the song way more as a track and not live, because when it's live, all the really poppy attack in the chorus that we talk about, like we can't hear that. When it was performed live, it's just all bass. And there was no way to tell like the nuances of the production.
You seem pretty excited.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I really dig that. They used the silence really well. Like the build-ups, like, I mean, it's just like, it made the drops like that more effective instead of like going straight into it, you know? Or just like even like that zero gravity feel.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you're at the top of a roller coaster.
that's the word I was looking for.
You know, it's like, you know,
Yeah, you go over it.
Yeah.
that feeling is just like, man, when you get into music, it's just like, ugh! Like instead of like hitting your body, it hits your soul.
The song was good. Bass play, okay, I always say this. Not the bass playing, because it wasn't real bass, I don't think. Well, maybe it was, I'd have to listen to it again. But the bass line, like, it walked. Like, it definitely, like, led you from place to place, and it felt very good. They weren't afraid to use lengthy progressions from, like, 3 to 6 to 2 to 5 to 1. Like, actually, like, bring you to where the melody was going. The melody kind of, like, complemented that weird underpinning. It was just like, it was super nice. It was really cohesive.
Awesome. Yeah, compared to the last one, what do you think of them musically together?
Well, this was more like VIXX, right? Like Milky Way was what it was. It was a fan song. It was probably written pretty quickly. Mostly it was the video, right? It was the point of get some fans on camera, make them feel special, they'll buy more music.
Yeah.
Which like sounds crappy, but it's not.
Yep.
When people like thank their fans and get really personal with their fans, part of it is like, yes, thank you, but also part of it is the more engaged of an audience you have, the more willing they are to follow you when you change it up or you know, hit a bump in
and
the
then I'm
road.
sure something like this is very highly anticipated because they're like coming out with our new, and then like this is the type of thing that is like dropped. Like they probably dropped this track.
Yeah.
And I think it was very effective.
This one was more interesting musically, I thought. Like it just had more aspects to it other than good vocal harmonies and good, I mean it had that stuff too, but yeah, I just think there was more content.
It was like slower and it was like sexier. I liked it.
This one was definitely, I think, a little bit more well put together. There's just more happening. Like I think the other one was kind of like like lighthearted and kind of fun, you know, just for people to kind of jam to and like like reminisce and admire them and be thankful that they're Starlight. And I think this is like when they go like pulling all the stops, you know, just really going for it, swinging for the fences.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video.
If you want to see what other K-pop songs we're going to react to, check out the link in the description.
If you're curious about songs that we're going to react to but are not on the schedule yet, click right here or check the description.
And of course, a huge thank you to all our wonderful patrons who have helped make our content better. If you want to support us by being a patron, please check the description box or click right here for more information.
See you guys next time!